Dead. Out of the far angle. A three is popped home, and Georgetown ties this thing at 3 apiece. Each team trading a tray. So here come the Huskers. Driving in, Bryce Williams stops just beyond the perimeter. Two-handed pass, Hoiberg hoists it long, two, and it racks in. 5-3 Nebraska, just underway, quarterfinals of the college basketball crowd. Thanks for joining us from Paradise here on Blaze Radio. Worked up top for the gray and white. Ball loose on the floor, taken away into the hands of Gary. Outlet up ahead. Here we go. Off to the races. Caleb Jacobson gets it across the lane for Buyuktungel, and he lays it in 7-3.
Yeah, Caleb Jacobson having to step up big time here in the Crown Tournament. Some of the coaches here, like Fred Hoiberg, using this time to allow players that don't normally get a lot of playing time during the season to get some minutes. And Caleb Jacobson had an impressive 9 against Arizona State, and now he continues that here.
Worked up top, handoff, Mack lets the three, no, he faked the three, gets to the free throw line, shovels it off left wing, long two, untrue, rebound Nebraska. Here we go in transition, opposite end, left the ball short, rebound, and a foul called against the Hoyas.
Yeah, again, good intensity from the Cornhuskers, trying to get to the rim, establish some momentum here early.
At the line, Buyuktungel shooting 2 shots.
Shooter here is Buyuktungel. UCLA transfer. Battled foul trouble in that game against Arizona State. Knocks down his first, it's 8-3.
Yeah, Nebraska here in this one, not a lot of bigs. Buyuktungel and Morgan, really their only 2 guys that are above 6'9".
2 of 2. Buyuktungel makes it 9-3, 6-point Nebraska lead. That's compared to Georgetown, where their average height is 6'6", and 7 of their 16 rostered players over 6'8". Far angle Malik Mack pulls up top, now steps off to the right. Mack fires it across for Caleb Williams. Williams at the free throw line, righty dribble, throws up a floater, it's good. 9-5, lead cut down to 4.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start offensively for Georgetown. Nice bucket there, breaks Nebraska's 6-0 run.
Trouble bringing it up, loose ball right near the Georgetown bench. Got it back, throws it in the lane, little short. Buyuktungel right next to the basket, misses a bunny. And a foul in the backcourt going against the Huskers. Against Sam Hoiberg, his first. Malik Mack brings it up for the gray and white. Bounced over to Jordan Burks. Burks handoff back to Mack, curls in for the angle, stops at the free throw line, shovels it off, step back in the corner. Julius Halanafua over for Williams, now opposite end, a 3, too strong. Way too strong from Drew McKenna, and it flies out of bounds off the Hoyas for Nebraska basketball.
Yeah, good movement there by Georgetown. Got the right look, just couldn't get it to fall.
Hoyas in a bit of a press as Nebraska tries to bring it up. Brought over by Caleb Jacobson. Throws it up for Juwan Gary. Up top for Williams. Williams the catalyst. Chest pass, plays catch. Back and forth on the wing with Hoiberg. Hoiberg back to a 3 on the right corner. Oh, he sticks it. Bryce Williams knocks it down. It's a 7-point Nebraska lead.
Yeah, Bryce Williams had posted his fourth 30-point game of the year against Arizona State on Monday and gets his second bucket here tonight, and expect his name to be said a lot here this evening.
First time we get to see Kayvon Mulready in this game for Georgetown. He brings it up, gets it over to Max. Step back, long 2 on the right wing, no. Two-handed rebound by Bryce Williams. Williams trots over the Crown logo, fires it off, now plays catch on the wing, now moves to his right, step back right wing three, it's too short. Long rebound, two hands by Malik Mack. Mack trots into the front court. Georgetown down by 7, 15-minute mark in the opening half. Step back straight on three, a little too strong off the right. Rebound corralled by Hoiberg. Only 6 foot, able to get in there and snag the board.
Yeah, Hoiberg got some hops like his dad.
Jacobson fires it off to the corner. Long three, a little too strong from Juwan Gary. Rebound goes to Georgetown. Up they come. Ed Cooley's squad back in the postseason. No stranger to it as a program. Malik Mack. Cross-swing pass and handoff for Mulready.
And
Working around the perimeter, not one person for Georgetown down below. Step back, force two. Mack off balance, misses the shot. Rebound goes up to Williams.
Yeah, you can tell Georgetown's still looking to establish a rhythm.
William for Hoiberg clanks out. Rebound by Williams. He was knocked into by a teammate. The ball popped free, but he got it back. Here we go, opposite end. Transition three coming from Williams. No. Long rebound is grabbed by Gary. Gary up to Williams.
Georgetown missing a couple of its guys in its game against Washington State on Monday. Got Mulready back tonight. We'll see how he's able to get going here in this first half.
Long cross-court pass to Gary in the corner. Worked up top for Hoiberg. Starts his drive down left block. Steps through it away. Right in the hands of Jordan Burks. Welcome into the game, Jordan. And here come the Hoyas off the turnover. Spot up, left wing three, a little short, rimming out from Caleb Williams, but a cleanup down below, and it's 12-7. First points in a few minutes for either one of these teams. Georgetown, one of their last 7 from the field. Nebraska hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. Righty dribble Bryce Williams, working the point. Gets off a Biuk Tungel, screen threw it away. Into the front court, back-to-back turnovers. Williams soaring to the rack, left it short, but got fouled. Curtis Williams gets knocked into. We'll take a short break. On the other side of it, he'll be shooting free throws. 12-7 Nebraska. You listen to the college basketball crowd right here on Blaze Radio.
All the details of Philadelphia sports every Thursday night at 8 p.m. MST.
That's Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, and all the latest Philly news and culture.
We're bringing Philly to the desert.
I am Jack Kemmler.
I'm Will Anderson.
And I'm Jason Teeter.
Welcome to Roll the Tape, where we take a deep dive into the 2025 NFL Draft.
We will provide you with player breakdowns, mock drafts, prospect rankings, team needs, and much more.
We'll answer some of the draft's biggest questions. Who is the top quarterback? Is Ashton Jeanty a top 5 pick? And can Travis Hunter really play both ways?
We're live every Sunday from 8:30 to 9, right here on Blaze Radio. See you in Green Bay.
Do you care about West Coast sports? If so, tune into specific sports at blazeradioonline.com on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. West Coast natives Noah Chavez and Jordan Pullett discuss everything to do West Coast sports in the spring semester. So you're thinking March Madness, NBA playoffs, NFL draft, the start of the WNBA season, the beginning of the MLB season, and more. All on blazeradioonline.com on Wednesdays at 11 a.m.
Are you looking to discover new music? You found the right place. My name is Aurelie Rodriguez, host of Static Buzz, where I explore all kinds of music. Join me every Friday at 3 on Static Buzz at blazeradioonline.com. See you then.
Have you or a loved one experienced FOMO from not listening to the 480 experience? Well, now you can tune in on Blaze Radio from 8 to 9 o'clock on Monday nights to hear me, Kai Jenagabis, and Strider Bigler talk about all things Arizona sports related on blazeradio.com, where you can hear
the inaugural college basketball crown rolls on here on Blaze Radio. Day number 3 of this tournament, round number 2 just starting to go. We saw Boise State earlier into the semifinals, and now Adam Beadle, either Georgetown or Nebraska gets to join them. A couple of Power 5 programs missing out on the postseason, but both a chance to make it to the Final Four of a separate tournament.
Yeah, these are two really good squads, and I think throughout the first 7 minutes of this game, it's really come down to how is Georgetown going to step up and establish a rhythm. We talked a little bit about them missing some players against their game at Washington State. Some of the guys who played even weren't feeling 100%. So now they got guys like Mulready back and some other players on their squad. How are they going to be able to establish a rhythm? They're one of their last 7 in Nebraska, too. They've got a lead, but they haven't scored in over 2 minutes. So how is Nebraska going to kick into gear and get ready to continue to boost the scoreboard?
It's Nebraska 12, Georgetown 7, 13:08 at the first media timeout of this game. Grateful to have you with us as always here on Blaze. Two teams that have won 18 games to this point. One is winning a 19th and moving on to T-Mobile Arena for the Saturday semifinal with a Boise State team that was able to survive Butler earlier today. Some late runs from the Bulldogs, but no, the Big East does not yet have a representative in this tournament's semifinal. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be Nebraska basketball, or rather Georgetown basketball. They'll have it sideline right. Good opportunity here for the Hoyas. We had a foul right before that. And it'll be Curtis Williams Jr. shooting and knocking down his first. It's 12-8. Williams prepares for his second. It's no good off the back rim, and the jaws of Juwan Gary grab the rebound. Hands it off to Aaron Eulis. An Iowa transfer brings it up. Big 10 to Big 10. Goes over to Bryce Williams. Williams beyond the free throw arc. Williams looking for help. Chest pass off to the left. Now they swing it back to Williams on the right. On the angle. Starts his drive. One dribble. Down to the blocks. He threw it high off the glass and missed. Rebound pulled by Georgetown. Here we go in transition. The outlet up ahead. Williams starts his drive. Spins down to the block. He's in trouble. He's doubled on the baseline. Rotated around to the wing for Max. Starts his drive on the right and puts it in with the right hand.
A really good finish there by Williams. Georgetown slowly climbing into this. Nebraska's missed their last 4 shots. They need a bucket offensively here.
Curling off to his right. Aaron Eulis threw it away to the Georgetown bench. Here we go with Georgetown. They have the basketball approaching the 12-minute mark. Top of the key, starts to his right, steps into the block, left it short. Boy, they defended Caleb Williams very well there.
Yeah, it looks like he was a little bit scared of Juwan Gary going up, and intimidation factor there for Gary, forcing him to airball that shot.
Off to the wing for Eulis. Gets down to the block, a fake, and now the layup is good.
Nice job by Andrew Morgan inside, using his size to an advantage, matching up against the freshman, Caleb Williams.
Brought up by Kayvon Mulready. Off to the right for Malik Mack. Around the perimeter it goes. Georgetown has not really played a true center in this game. Straight on three coming. Oh, yeah. Scoring for Jordan Burks. 14-13. A deficit that's been as large as 7, now down to just 1.
Jordan Burks, another guy who's playing after not playing on Monday night. Again, curious just to see how much this Georgetown team grows over the next 10 minutes. And we're essentially almost seeing 2 completely different teams out here on the floor.
Ball loose on the floor. Nebraska turns it over. Right wing transition 3. It's short. Long rebound snatched with one hand by the Huskers. Andrew Morgan corrals it. Gives it up to Eulis, who runs the point for the red and white. Eulis curling to his left. Free throw line runner in. It toilet bowls around the net and goes home. Lead up to 3, 16-13 Nebraska at the 10:30 mark in half number 1. At the top, Williams. Off to the right wing. Now a handoff for Mulready. Mulready in trouble, sneaks it off to the wing for Williams. A shot fake, driving down to the baseline. Spin move off the block, he knocks down to Jay. A fadeaway to make it 16-15, back down to a 1-point game.
Yeah, nice move there by the freshman. Spinning off and getting a shot to fall.
Off to top, and a 3 gets rejected. It was Connor Asijian who had the ball tipped. Georgetown the other way, right wing 3 in transition. They've loved that spot tonight. A corner 3 rattles out. Rebound Caleb Williams. Here come the Huskers. Right corner, cross-court pass, caught by Ulus, fading away on the baseline. Now gets it back, starts his drive, and feeds it up top for Williams. Williams sneaks it over to the wing. A shot fake from Baruch Tunjel. Entry pass, down low. They fouled Jacobson. He went hard up, and we'll get another media timeout at the 9.5-minute mark. 18-15, Nebraska will take a break. Back in a moment, the inaugural college basketball crown here on Blaze Radio.
CHL champions look to defend their title, so make sure to tune in to hear what we're talking about.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder,
why do you root for that sorry excuse for a sports team?
Join Parker Perrell and a weekly guest as they discuss why people root for certain sports teams. Because we all have that one friend who likes to be difficult and picks a team to root for like the Dodgers. I mean, come on, it's the Dodgers. Anyways, make sure to tune in every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Arizona time on BlazeRadioOnline.com to find out
why them.
You Throw Like a Girl,
a show by girls for everyone.
Hosted by Madison Holder
and Ella Walter-Sanchez. We aim to shed light on women in sports and media, highlighting every aspect of the sports world from the female perspective and beyond.
Tune in for a variety of episodes featuring guests, Q&As, and just basic sports coverage.
Tune in Thursdays at 10 a.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com every week to hear our show.
Follow us on Instagram at youthrowlikeagirl.pod to find us on more platforms.
Welcome to 4 on 4, where we have 4 experts on the 4 major sports. Join Sammy New, Dylan Wickman, Justin DeHaas, and Sean Brennan on Blaze Radio as they break down an exciting semester of sports that includes the playoff push for NBA and AHL, the start of baseball season, all of March Madness, and so much more. At the end of the day, we're just 4 roommates that love to talk about sports. So join the conversation. Listen live on BlazeRadioOnline.com every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Arizona time. Or, if you missed us, check us out on Spotify, where you can hear all of our shows.
Hi, I'm Landon.
And I'm Bella.
And welcome to Album Splain.
Every week we'll be dissecting and discussing one of our favorite albums.
From No Doubt to Claro, tune in to hear us chat about our favorite thing, music. Tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. on Blaze Radio Online.
Or listen on your favorite podcast streaming service.
See you soon.
See ya!
Sitting in traffic, bored of listening to the same artist on repeat? Tune in to Alternative Route instead, the music show on Blaze Radio that talks about a Latin artist or band every week that is making music in the indie and or alternative rock genres. Join DJ Mavette for the 2nd season of Alternative Route as she breaks down these artists' innovations and analyzes their songs in order to understand their craft better. Take the Alternative Route every Tuesday from 3 to 3:30 p.m. live on Blaze Radio and BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Hello, friends. Is golf your groove? Then boy, do we have a show for you. Join Peter Bishop, Ian Lonergan, and Owen.
The inaugural college basketball crown in the quarterfinals of it. Huskers in Hoyas, Nebraska 16, Georgetown 15. With Adam Beadle, Aiden Blank coming out of the second media timeout of the first half. Nebraska will be shooting free throws. It'll be number 23, Andrew Morgan at the line. A transfer out of North Dakota State, making his 9th start of the season. Though he has 13 games this year with double figures off the bench. He knocks down his first shot. 16-15 becomes 17-15.
Nebraska pulling away at the very beginning, but Georgetown now working their way back into this, making this one competitive. This next couple minutes going to be interesting.
Crouches fires, that's 2. 18-15, Nebraska by a tray. We're under 9.5 minutes ticking in the first half. One of these two meeting Boise State in the semis on Saturday. Ball up for Caleb Williams, drives down to the baseline, left it short. Whole lot of red uniforms there to take it away. And here come the Huskers in transition. Outlet for Eulis, stops left wing. Aaron Eulis stops his dribble, feeds off to the corner. Williams a shot fake, and now a bounce in for Bayuk-Tungel. Bayuk-Tungel drives into a double team, gets it out for Eulis, a 3, clanks off back iron, no. Two-handed rebound Hoyas. They come up in transition, the gray and white. They move well in transition tonight. A fake jab step from Curtis Williams, right wing, and backs it up to the top of the key. Here's Malik Mack, crossover to the right. Went up, got blocked, ball's out. It was a foul, and it'll go against the Huskers.
Yeah, good defensive pressure there by Nebraska.
Baseline right inbound. Mack lobs it up top. Flash down to the baseline, right next to the basket. Shot is around and out. Drew McKenna couldn't get it to toilet bowl in. Outlet ahead for Bryce Williams. Huskers leading by 3, 8.5 to play. Bounces it into a double, and they immediately hack Andrew Morgan. Hoya's going to commit team foul number 4 here.
Yeah, Curtis Williams reached in a bit there, a little too much. Tried to poke that ball away, ended up fouling Morgan.
Baseline left inbound, Aaron Eulis. Gets it in, timer starts. Gets it in short for Williams. Bryce Williams driving on the baseline, trying to back down his man. Jump stop in the paint, throws it up and in. Bryce Williams, first team All Big Ten selection. He's been good tonight. That's his 8th point of the evening. 8:08 to play, time winding for Georgetown. 18 wins on the season, looking for a 19th. Drive down the middle, Mack up with the right hand, he missed it short. The block went to Eulis, they got barely a block. Outlet for Asijan, long 3, and a transition 3 goes home. Asijan takes us to a timeout.
Connor Asijan, one of the best 6-mans in the Big Ten, making it happen for Nebraska. It's an 8-point ball game.
23-15, Nebraska by 8, 7:52 in the first, and a 7-0 run takes us to the break. Back in a moment, it's the College Basketball Crown here on Blaze.
Hello, I'm my co-host,
Noah Singson, and from the latest blockbusters to Golden Age classics, we cover it all.
Join us every Friday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. where we cover the latest in film news.
Demon Hours, Demon Hours, Demon Hours, Demon Hours, Demon Hours. Do you like all things spooky and paranormal? Join Grace Del Pizzo and Alexandra Zerboard for Demon Hours every Wednesday at 10 p.m.
Follow us on Twitter at Demon Hours ASU. We'll see you there.
Demon Hours, Demon Hours, Demon Hours, Demon Hours, Demon Hours.
Coming in at number 3 on the MLB Top 10 hitters list from last season, I got Bobby Witt Jr.
Whoa, hold on, what? How do you have Bobby Witt Jr. over Freddie Freeman?
Because Bobby Witt Jr. just led the majors in hits and batting average.
Well, I bet Freddie Freeman can't get his team in the playoffs and perform better in the postseason.
But he just did. But let's keep debating on this on the Diamond Debate Show every Monday on Blaze Radio from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Ever wondered what the difference between a virus and bacteria is? Or how cancers are classified? Maybe you're interested in how the flu has influenced the world since the dawn of humanity. You can find out about all of this and more on Disease Dissected. My name is Paige McKenna, and every Sunday at 4 p.m. I'll be covering a new disease. The causes, symptoms, treatments, historical significance, and classification. Whether you're a future medical professional or just somebody interested in disease, Disease Dissected is the radio show for you. Listen live on Sundays at 4 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Now that I have your attention, do you like music? Do you like movies? Do you like weird stuff on the internet? Then we have just the show for you. My name's Alex.
My name's Dane.
And we're the hosts of the DNA Podcast.
So if you like everything from new and old music to debates on the greatest breakfast foods of all time, join us every Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on blazeradio.com.
We can't wait to see your beautiful faces, metaphorically speaking, because we can't see you.
What's up, everyone? It's Natalia Marin with Season 2 of Does It Work? Life is still very confusing, so I've decided to continue answering some of life's wonders, asking the question, does it work? We have fun conversations featuring my hours of research evaluating if cultural phenomena, government systems, and psychological theories actually work. Make sure to listen live every Thursday at 9 a.m. on blazeradioonline.com to see if it works.
Are you looking for a weekly recap on what happened in the wild world of sports every single week? Well, tune in Tuesdays at noon to East Coast Bias. In our 4th year here on Blaze Radio, tune in to hear all sports, not just baseball, basketball, hockey, and football, but everything from around the globe that includes a ball.
Back in beautiful Las Vegas, it's the inaugural college basketball crown on Blaze Radio with Adam Beadle, Aiden Blank, a treasure to join you from this treasure of the West. The inaugural version of this tournament, one of these teams to meet, the Boise State Broncos, who had a win in game number 1 of this college basketball crown. Nebraska, such a turnaround in year 6 under Fred Hoiberg. Rather, Nebraska, not as much of a turnaround in year 6 under Fred Hoiberg. 23 wins last year in a tournament appearance, 18 wins this year. They will play postseason basketball, but not at the stage they wanted. And of course, Fred Hoiberg, a former Iowa State coach. 7:52 in this quarterfinal doubleheader. Half number 1 action, and it's 23-15 Nebraska. Georgetown starts with the ball. They're moving from your left to right. Gray with blue piping. High left wing, Malik Mack, guarded tightly. Plays pitch and catch. Now bounces it back to the top, a shot fake. Devon Mulready drives down, hands it off on the block to Mack. Mack drives in. A little short, ball goes out of bounds. No foul, but it goes out off of Nebraska. Huskers will give the ball up.
Yeah, Georgetown just still looking for the right momentum offensively. They're moving the ball around well, but haven't found an open look and haven't gotten any shots to fall. 1 of their last 7 over their last 5. Haven't scored in almost 3 minutes now.
Off the inbound into Curtis Williams. They bounce it back to him. He shoots a 3, misses, but how about Caleb Williams cleaning it up on the glass off the right side? Bodies his way up. It's 23-17.
Good job there by Caleb Williams to be right there to grab the ball and put it back down.
Shot, banks out. Rebound snatch with 2 hands. Cale Jacobson. Jacobson brings it up, skips it far side. Shot fake Williams. Around we go. Fumbled in the corner, and Connor Esijan lets it go out. 6:57 to go. Nebraska turns it over, leading by 6. Brought up by the Hoyas. Off to the far side, now to the top of the key. A shot fake, driving left. Over the shoulder pass to the right corner. Touch pass down low, shoveled back around, in the lane, left it short. But contact drawn by Drew McKenna will send him off to the free throw line.
Cale Jacobson just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Drew a bit of contact and now sends Drew McKenna to the line.
Drew McKenna, the shooter for Ed Cooley and the Georgetown Hoyas. 6-point Nebraska lead. He crouches, fires in and out, slides off the side of the rim. It's the first time either team has missed a free throw tonight.
We've seen a lot of good free throw shooting between the 2 games we've watched here this evening. Seems to be a bit of a theme with the crowd.
Nebraska's 4 of 4. The Hoyas now 1 of 4, I should say, at the free throw line. Shooting just 25%. Second is good. They'll up that percentage by just a touch. 23-18, 6:40 to go. Some substitutions. Bring in Kayvon Mulready back into the game. He's been such a big part of this offense this year. 21 appearances for Georgetown, the number 2 prospect in the state of Massachusetts out of high school. Top 10 shooting guard in the country. Nebraska brings it up. They just barely get it over for Connor Asijan. Flashes down to the baseline, now gets a return feed right corner. Tries a pass to get high on the wing, and it's deflected out of bounds. Sideline right, inbound for Nebraska. 16 to shoot, 6:27 to go. Lofted in, bounced to the top of the key. Flashed over for Asijan. Shot fake, drives down to the lane. He skips it home, high off the glass.
It looked
Connor
like
Asijan, the former Wisconsin transfer, 25-18.
Looked like Curtis Williams almost got a piece of that, but nice job by Asijan to get the bucket.
Williams drives to the baseline, throws it away. Underhand toss, coming up we go. It's Cale Jacobson, pass down below, and now it's Nebraska who turns the ball over. Brought up by Mack. Mack from center. And Mack's gonna reset, under 20 to shoot, 5:40 first half. Mack to his right, pops a 3. It's short, offside iron. Rebound Nebraska. Rebound by Cale Jacobson. Jacobson drives, bumps off, handoff to Asijan. 3 too short. Two-handed snatch for the Hoyas. They're coming back the other direction. Mack, angle left. Starts it on Hoiberg. Bounces up top. 8 to shoot for the Hoyas. Off to the right. Bounce in from Williams. Throws up a shot. It sides off. Rebound is to Juwan Gary.
Yeah, Georgetown still just not getting anything to fall. One of their last 9. Just really struggled here offensively in the first half.
At point. Jacobson running it. Cross court pass for Gary in the corner. Rotated back up top. Jacobson bounced to the high hashes. Now a pull up from Asijan just beyond the free throw line. He pops home a 2. 27-18, 4:30 mark first half.
Asijan's shooting form is just so pure. Anytime he puts up a shot, you know it's hitting the rim, but more than likely it's going in.
Up at the top, Malik Mack. They bounce it around, fumbled in the corner. Mulready nearly lost it. Gets it to the free throw line. A shot fake from Jordan Burks. Now pulls up off the angle and misses. Long rebound tracked in by Asijan. Asijan up to Hoiberg, coach's son. Good ball movement back to top. Bayutungel to Hoiberg, bounces in on the left. Now straight on 3 is good. Oh, pretty from Juwan Gary. 30-18 Nebraska.
Huskers on a 7-0 run in the last 2:22. Juwan Gary, big shot there. Georgetown's just had no answer yet tonight for this offensive firepower from Nebraska.
Drive down and a lot of contact. Caleb Williams went crashing into about 4 defenders. He draws the foul. We'll take a timeout at 3:39 in the first half. It's Nebraska 30, Georgetown 18. You're listening to the College Basketball Crown here on Blaze.
As we say now in my country, they brought the buzz and they left the buzz in front of the goal.
If you want to stay updated with the world of soccer or hear 3 Arsenal fans tell you why we're better than Spurs,
but Tottenham, it's the history of the Tottenham.
Come check out Park the Bus with me, Alex Swift, Alexander McDonald, and Bob Blue, Tuesdays 9 to 10 a.m. at blazeradioonline.com.
Do you like Philadelphia sports?
Do you think Tanner McKee is the best third-string quarterback in the NFL?
Does Nate Gary bring up bad memories?
Is the Philly Fanatic the best mascot in sports?
Then you should tune in to Philly Out West on Blaze Radio, the show about all things Philly sports based in Phoenix.
Jack Hartsonis and Charlie Limoncelli cover all the details of Philadelphia sports every Thursday night at 8 p.m. MST.
That's Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, and all the latest Philly news and culture.
We're bringing Philly to the desert.
I am Jack Kemmler.
I'm Will Anderson.
And I'm Jason Teeter. Welcome to Roll the Tape, where we take a deep dive into the 2025 NFL Draft.
We will provide you with player breakdowns, mock drafts, prospect rankings, team needs, and much more.
We'll answer some of the draft's biggest questions. Who is the top quarterback? Is Ashton Jeanty a top 5 pick? And can Travis Hunter really play both ways?
We're live every Sunday from 8:30 to 9 right here on Blaze Radio. See you in Green Bay.
Do you care about West Coast sports? If so, tune into Specific Sports at blazeradioonline.com on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. West Coast natives Noah Chavez and Jordan Pullett discuss everything to do West Coast sports in the spring semester. So you're thinking March Madness, NBA playoffs, NFL draft, the start of the WNBA season, the beginning of the MLB season, and more. All on blazeradioonline.com on Wednesdays at 11 a.m.
Are you looking to discover new music? You found the right place. My name is Aurelie Rodriguez, host of Static Buzz, where I explore all kinds of music. Join me every Friday at 3 on Static Buzz at blazeradioonline.com. See you then.
Have you or a loved one experienced FOMO from not listening to the 480 experience? Well, now you can tune in on Blaze Radio from 8 to 9 o'clock on Monday nights to hear me, Kai Jenagabis, and Strider Bigler talk about all things Arizona sports related on blazeradio.com, where you can hear our hottest takes.
I believe that if the Cardinals have one more failure of a season, they will trade Kyler Murray and rebuild around a different quarterback.
Our picks of the week, and the rest of what's to come on the 480 experience.
Every True Crime Tuesday, your hosts, Alyssa Rea, Franco Mitre, and Angel Garcia will be taking you inside of the...
3:39 ticking first half. Quarterfinals of the college basketball crown. It's Nebraska 30 and Georgetown 18. Winner to meet Boise State in the semifinals. Aiden Blank with Adam Beadle. Last time we came out of a timeout, AB, it looked like this game could go either way, but in that last stretch from media to media, Nebraska really took over.
Yeah, Nebraska's really driving right now on a 7-0 run over the last 2:40, and Georgetown, man, they're just struggling. They can't find anything. One of their last 10, haven't scored in almost 3 minutes. It's just been a rough going. We thought maybe they would, with having more players out there on the court, that they would find some more continuity and be able to get things going a bit more, turn up the tempo, but they really just haven't been able to do anything positive so far in this game.
Berko Bayuktunjel, the foul before the media timeout. So Malik Mack, the transfer out of Harvard, who played all 40 minutes in their first round game against Washington State, at the line to start for Georgetown. Coming out of the break, he lifts it up and misses short. Poor shooting night at the line for Georgetown, now 2 of 6 from free throws. So they haven't even gotten to the line very much, and when they have, it's gone incredibly poorly for Ed Cooley's crew.
Yeah,
second coming, it rims out off back iron, and a rebound grabbed by a leaping Juwan Gary as Nebraska brings it into the forecourt.
Yeah, Malik Mack just hasn't had a great night at all. 1 of 8 from the field, 0 of 3 from beyond, and 2 missed free throws. Just hasn't been his night for him.
3:30 first half. Ball bounced into Gary. Gets it, blows by his defender. Tried a cross-lane pass. It went over to Bayuktunjel, who was doubled, and it looks like they're going to call a jump ball. It was either a jump ball or a foul, and they decide to go with the possession arrow. Keeps it with Nebraska. They have it 3:20 in the first and 10 to shoot. Baseline left inbound for the coach's son, Sam Hoiberg. Looking, gets it in short. Shot fake from Williams, 8 to shoot. Williams backs down his man right wing. Bryce Williams starts it, turns around on the block. He's fouled and missed the jumper. It was an air ball, resets the shot clock, and he'll shoot at the free throw line. Curtis Williams Jr. called for the personal foul, 3:13 in the first. Chance for Nebraska to grow a 30-18 lead.
Really nice job by Bryce Williams there to draw the contact on that one. Fadeaway jumper, and was able to force the foul.
Bryce Williams, first team all Big Ten selection, makes his first shot that kicked off the back of the rim and then toilet bowled in. 31-18 Huskers, quick substitution for Georgetown. The final 3 minutes and change in half number 1. Ball bounced back to Williams, shooting his second, trying to go perfect in this trip. Eyes the rim, crouches, fires, and hits. 32-18, the largest lead of the night for Nebraska. Under 3:15 to play in the first half. Malik Mack, the catalyst, worked around the perimeter. Again, Georgetown all night has yet to get anybody established in the post, despite the significant height advantage. Mack from point, starts to dribble to his right, crosses over to his left, ball pinballs around in the lane. Nebraska comes away with it, went right to Bryce Williams, has the vision into the front court, right to left, his pass to the wing thrown away. Intercepted by Kayvon Mulready, who drives to the hashes and backs it out into the left corner. Mulready tries to swing it around the baseline, now Georgetown turns it over. Nobody can keep the basketball.
Man, if this
Nebraska nearly throws it away on the right wing. My goodness, this time it was Bayuk Tunjel who tried to pass into the corner, and one of the Hoya defenders got a hand in there. It looked like they said it went off Nebraska. Georgetown gets the ball back. Sloppy basketball on both ends. Malik Mack has it for Georgetown. He hands off. And here we go with Kayvon Mulready, high right wing. Need a clean stretch here.
A summary of the last few plays. Turnover, steal, turnover, steal, turnover, steal, turnover.
Right wing three, Mulready buries it. So finally a three, 32-21. We're down at 2:12 in the first half. And an 11-point lead for Nebraska. Ball bounced in. Ooh, Gary blew right by his defender and finishes in the cup of the right hand. He got it on the block, no problem, slithering into the lane. 34-21, 1:56 to play.
Yeah, Gary with his fingertips rolling that one through the net. Nice job finishing on that last possession.
Mulready on the angle right, gets it down to Mack on the baseline. Tries to start his drive into a double, circles it back up top, a shot fake, now the drive. Curtis Williams to the block, he went up hard, got fouled by at least one, potentially two Huskers. 1:39 in the first. They call it off, or an offensive foul? They went against Williams there, he didn't establish himself. It'll be Nebraska ball as they try to bring it up. A little more pressure in the backcourt this time from Georgetown. Nothing the Huskers can't handle. Right at half court, wanted a backcourt violation. He got bumped around. Handoff to Gary. Starts his drive to the free throw line. Swings it back out for Cale Jacobson. Jacobson off to the corner. Now Hoiberg passes it over to Jacobson. High-low entry for Bayuk Tunjel, who's hacked on the block. 6 to shoot, 1:15 in the half. The clock will go back to 20.
Yeah, Berk Butenjel tried to save that one. He just kind of threw it over his head, hoping that he would, and foul saving him regardless, but nice effort there.
The sloppy basketball continues. Georgetown commits foul number 6 of the half. 34-21, 1:15 to play. Baseline right, inbound Bryce Williams. Looking to get it in, lobs it high up. And the Huskers get it. Back to Williams, right corner three, in and out. Oh, it swirls off the rim. Rebound Mack, brings it up on the angle right to the free throw line and jabs back out. 63 seconds left, first half. Mack at the top, his team down by 13, need a little momentum into the locker room. 13 to shoot. Mack from top, he has not given it away, finally does. Now Mulready tries the three and launches it home.
A good look there from Mulready. Nebraska playing some man defense, and Georgetown is having a tough time managing it, but those quick passes and those quick jump shots, that'll be the key for Georgetown.
Bryce Williams brings it up, steps into the lane, swings it around right corner, three just short, over the back rebound by Bayuk Tunjel. Back to Gary, rotated corner for Williams. Williams gonna try to reset it, got a 7-second difference between the shot and the game clock. Williams at top. Williams gets it over to Jacobson. Starts his move left. He's rejected in the lane. 8 seconds left in the half. Here come the Hoyas in transition. Mulready launches a three and short. Rebound offensive. Pull by Drew McKenna. Try to put back. Second chance. No. 3 chances at the end of the half. None go down for Georgetown, and they trail by double figures going into the break.
Yeah, I think that final sequence there to end the half just really describes how this game has gone for Georgetown, which is not their way. They've really struggled at getting shots to fall, only shooting 29%, 9 of 31. They're really going to need to go in the locker room, make some adjustments to come back out and figure out what they can do to make some shots.
34-20 Nebraska. Let's step aside. Back in a bit. This is the quarterfinals of the college basketball crown here on Blaze.
Welcome to 4 on 4, where we have 4 experts on the 4 major sports. Join Sammy New, Dylan Wickman, Justin DeHaas, and Sean Brennan on Blaze Radio as they break down an exciting semester of sports that includes the playoff push for NBA and AHL, the start of baseball season, all of March Madness, and so much more. At the end of the day, we're just 4 roommates that love to talk about sports. So join the conversation. Listen live on blazeradioonline.com every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Arizona time. Or, if you missed us, check us out on Spotify, where you can hear all of our shows.
Hi, I'm Landon.
And I'm Bella.
And welcome to Albumsplain.
Every week we'll be dissecting and discussing one of our favorite albums.
From No Doubt to Claro, tune in to hear us chat about our favorite thing, music. Tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. on Blaze Radio Online.
Or listen on your favorite podcast streaming service.
See you soon.
See ya!
Sitting in traffic, bored of listening to the same artist on repeat? Tune in to Alternative Route instead, the music show on Blaze Radio that talks about a Latin artist or band every week that is making music in the indie and or alternative rock genres. Join DJ Mavette for the second season of Alternative Route as she breaks down these artists' innovations and analyzes their songs in order to understand their craft better. Take the Alternative Route every Tuesday from 3 to 3:30 p.m. live on Blaze Radio and blazeradioonline.com.
Hello, friends. Is golf your groove? Then boy, do we have a show for you. Join Peter Bishop, Ian Lonergan, and Owen Castle every Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m. on blazeradioonline.com for your latest golf news.
It's time for the Beatdown on Blaze Radio from 2 to 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday afternoons. Seth Golefsky and Willem Marietta take a deep dive into the ever-changing landscape of the UFC. We are talking tactics, breaking down the biggest fights, and giving you the scoop on what's next in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Whether you are a diehard fan or new to the fight game, we've got something for you, only on the Beatdown on Blaze Radio.
Are you wondering what's going on in pop music today? Tune in to Blaze Radio every Friday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for our specialty show, Behind the Beat. Listen to me, AJ Shinko, and my co-star Catherine Wong dissect the meaning behind your favorite songs and albums. We cover all genres, a plethora of artists, and we showcase the lore of songs we talk about on our show, Behind the Beat.
Stop being friends with people who don't benefit you.
So that man intimidates you that much that you're gonna let him disrespect that entire body of people that support you.
Hey guys! Welcome back to the Black Print Podcast. My name is Blessing Frazier.
And I'm Serenity Reynolds, and this semester we're officially live on Blaze Radio.
If you're interested in culture, entertainment, college life, or more, then a Black Print is the perfect fit for you.
You can find us weekly on Spotify or live every Tuesday at 4 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Bye!
Ciao!
Hi everybody, I'm Ben Paris.
Looking back door, and Charlie Shane scores! 25-20, 10-5, touchdown Penn State!
Why is airport security so inconsistent? That's the main point of today's episode.
Tune in to the final semester of the Ben Paris Show Mondays at 10:30 a.m. on blazeradioonline.com.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The NBA, NFL, WNBA, MLB, NHL, college basketball, college football, Premier League, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports coverage, tune into the Breakdown After Dark, Thursdays from 10:30 to 11:30 p.m.
Are you missing your theater days from high school?
Or interested in diving into the world of musicals?
Then this is the show for you.
Tune in to Blaze Radio every Thursday at 7 p.m. for our show Broadway 101.
Each week, we listen to songs from different musicals and dive into the history and significance of each show.
Even after 4 semesters, there are still so many great shows to review.
Keep up with us and follow us on Instagram at Broadway 101 Radio
for updates and info about future episodes.
Feel free to reach out with show recommendations, and we hope you tune in.
Are you an avid moviegoer?
Maybe you just like sitting down with your family and friends to watch a movie.
Then we are the perfect show for you.
We are the Cinesnobs. I'm your host, Ryan Brown, followed by my co-host,
Noah Singson, and from the latest blockbusters to Golden Age classics, we cover it all.
Join us every Friday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. where we cover the latest in film news.
Demon Hours. Demon Hours. Demon Hours. Demon Hours. Demon Hours.
Do you like all things spooky and paranormal?
Join Grace Del Pizzo and Alexandra Zerboard for
Demon Hours
every Wednesday at 10 p.m.
Follow us on Twitter at Demon Hours ASU. We'll see you there.
Demon Hours. Demon Hours. Demon Hours. Demon Hours. Demon Hours.
Coming in at number 3 on the MLB Top 10 hitters list from last season, I got Bobby Witt Jr.
Whoa, hold on, what? How do you have Bobby Witt Jr. over Freddie Freeman?
Because Bobby Witt Jr. just led the majors in hits and batting average.
Well, I bet Freddie Freeman can't get his team in the playoffs and perform better in the postseason.
But he just did. But let's keep debating on this on the Diamond Debate Show every Monday on Blaze Radio from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Ever wondered what the difference between a virus and bacteria is? Or how cancers are classified? Maybe you're interested in how the flu has influenced the world since the dawn of humanity. You can find out about all of this and more on Disease Dissected. My name is Paige McKenna, and every Sunday at 4 p.m. I'll be covering a new disease. The causes, symptoms, treatments, historical significance, and classification. Whether you're a future medical professional or just somebody interested in disease, Disease Dissected is the radio show for you. Listen live on Sundays at 4 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Now that I have your attention, do you like music? Do you like movies? Do you like weird stuff on the internet? Then we have just the show for you. My name's Alex.
My name's Dane.
And we're the hosts of the DNA podcast.
So if you like everything from new and old music to debates on the greatest breakfast foods of all time, join us every Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on blazeradio.com.
We can't wait to see your beautiful faces, metaphorically speaking, because we can't see you.
What's up, everyone? It's Natalia Marin with Season 2 of Does It Work? Life is still very confusing, so I've decided to continue answering some of life's wonders, asking the question, does it work? We have fun conversations featuring my hours of research evaluating if cultural phenomena, government systems, and psychological theories actually work. Make sure to listen live every Thursday at 9 a.m. on blazeradioonline.com to see if it works.
Are you looking for a weekly recap on what happened in the wild world of sports every single week? Well, tune in Tuesdays at noon to East Coast Bias. In our 4th year here on Blaze Radio, tune in to hear all sports, not just baseball, basketball, hockey, and football, but everything from around the globe that includes a ball or a puck. Hosted by yours truly, Dylan Pescator, Tuesdays at noon, East Coast Bias.
Oh my gosh, I finally get the fangirl way.
Oh my gosh, yes. You know what you should do?
What should I do, Timber?
You should watch the
Fangirl Forum! When should I watch it?
Well, Jazzy, the Fangirl Forum just so happens to be on blazeradioonline.com every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Wait, do I co-host with you?
Heck yeah, you do.
Channel your inner fangirl!
Even though it's the NFL offseason, that doesn't mean that the fantasy football world stops spinning.
So we've got you covered here at the Fantasy Football.
think the way to sum up how this first half went, it was slow from Georgetown. That's really the story of this one, and Nebraska has taken full control.
Right, a lot of sloppy basketball is the way to put this, and unfortunately, the sloppy basketball mainly on Georgetown's side, but Nebraska hadn't scored in the last 2 minutes of that first half, so it's not like the Hoyas were getting outplayed. They were being given many, many opportunities to score. They just threw them away. The turnover here, 7-6. Nebraska's actually turned it over more. It's just not really been Georgetown's night. The biggest thing is the shooting. Nebraska's shooting 46% from the field here. Georgetown only at 29%. That's the difference maker, AB.
And
you're shooting almost clearly a little less than double what your opponent's shooting, and the free throws.
The free throws, 2
Nebraska
of 7.
hasn't missed one, and that's only 6 points, but in a 10-point game, that does make the difference. You haven't missed one. Georgetown has missed 5.
What does Georgetown need to do from a strategy perspective on offense to get guys like Malik Mack the ball, or to get guys like Kayvon Mulready, who was just returning after being out last week, the ball? How does Georgetown incorporate and get their offense going?
Well, there's really no way to do it other than just get him the ball. Mack has got to be your point guard here. This guy played every minute of that game against Washington State. They used every one of his 37 points to get into this round. He also had 5 boards, so the numbers just have not been the same for him tonight. 1 of 8 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, and he's missed 2 free throws with only 1 rebound and an assist. The line just has to get better for him pretty simply. Meanwhile, you're looking at a Nebraska team that has kind of spread the wealth of those 5 on the floor there at the end. Williams leads this pack with 10. That's not a crazy number for him. So you spread the wealth with Nebraska. Georgetown has just failed to do that with their leading scorer from last game down a bit.
Absolutely. We will see what happens coming the second half. Lots of exciting basketball coming your way in Las Vegas as we get set to end the night with one final half of basketball. Stay here. You're listening to College Basketball Crown on Blaze Radio.
Grab your mates and join us for the finest sports show on Blaze Radio, The Irish Hello.
With the wisdom of the Irish duo, you'll have the knowledge of old pals at the pub, sharing each and every moment.
Join Aidan O'Neill and Shay Maloney every Wednesday night from 8:30 to 9:30 for breakdowns of sports news across the world as a pot of gold awaits.
Tyler Bednar, wake up. What time is it? It's bedtime. Okay, then why are you waking me up? No, it's bedtime. It's a specialty show on Blaze Radio. That sounds cool. When does it air and what do you talk about? The show takes place every Wednesday from 11 to 11:30 p.m. I recap the past week of sports with special guests. That sounds awesome, Tyler. I'm going to start tuning in on blazeradioonline.com.
Yes, sir. Nah, I'm hearing what you're saying, but what's your take though? Yeah, he's cool, but Heisman? That team don't got nobody on there who could shoot any type of threes. I'm supposed to believe they're a playoff team? You're not answering the question. The question is, who is the better football team right now? Hey, I like that take right there. There's no midfielder as naturally talented as him in the last 20 years. Tune in to Let's Talk Takes every week, hosted by me, Devin Henderson, where I bring in different guests each week and we debate the most pressing topics in a variety of sports. I'm talking NFL, NBA, college basketball, college football. We even gonna talk about some soccer. Tune in every week, Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. right here on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
If you're a tennis fan and want to take a little break from your day, I'm serving up a show for you. This is your host, Pratham Valluri, bringing you Match Point, your weekly tennis content. I'll cover ongoing tournaments, go over the latest news, analyze players and matches, and replay the previous week's biggest moments. Be sure to tune in to Match Point every Wednesday from 3 to 3:30 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
All
aboard the Northeast Corridor. I'm Preston Rabb.
And I'm AJ Gonzalez. Sit back and relax as we take you on a 30-minute adventure giving you all the updates from the Northeast.
From sports to politics to the biggest trends.
We got you.
Be sure to listen on BlazeRadioOnline.com. What days are we on, AJ?
Every Tuesday.
That's right. So listen in.
We'll know if you don't listen.
Don't miss out on the hottest growing show on Blaze.
Tune in every Tuesday night only on Blaze Radio for the Northeast Corridor.
7 seconds to go. Three-pointer. Oh, Hutchins! Double up!
Second half of action coming your way right now on Blaze Radio. The Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Georgetown Hoyas. The Huskers a 10-point lead as we get set to begin the last half of basketball here this evening. Adam Beadle alongside Aiden Blank. And Aiden, what are you looking forward to the most here in the second half?
Well, I'm looking forward to hopefully a little bit cleaner basketball game here, Beadle. These two teams turned the ball over a total of 13 times combined in the first half. You'd like to see them clean it up. They're very even on paper. You'd like to see this game end in a little bit closer than a 10-point margin, right?
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the starting lineups here as we get set to start the half. For Nebraska, Sam Hoiberg, Bryce Williams, Juwan Gary, Burka Buchtengel, Cale Jacobson, and for Georgetown, Malik Mack, Drew McKenna, Jordan Brooks, Austin Montgomery, and Kayvon Mulready. Georgetown will start with possession to begin this half as we await the opening whistle from the officials. Should be a good end to this one. We'll see if Georgetown can kick into gear or if Nebraska can hold on to their lead and survive to take on the Boise State Broncos on Saturday at T-Mobile Arena. A lot of great events in T-Mobile Arena every year. You got hockey, you got UFC, that is always a great show to go watch. I saw Hans Zimmer live in concert at T-Mobile Arena earlier this year. It's pretty exciting. Do you know who Hans Zimmer is?
Of course, the Batman
Yes.
guy, right?
Yes, there you go. You passed the test.
And of course, Beadle, if you find a stray ear in this arena, just leave it.
All right, I will.
I can't believe you didn't understand that.
No, I get it.
We'll revisit that in a bit.
All right. Georgetown gets possession to start the half. Malik Mack going quickly and already a whistle blown. And not sure what happened there. I think a player stepped out of bounds. Yeah, Malik Mack stood out of bounds on the baseline as he was rushing by. So already a first turnover 10 seconds into the second half for Georgetown.
The sloppiness not going anywhere, huh?
Not quite yet. We'll see what happens as Nebraska brings the ball up court. Buchtengel has the ball at the top of the key. Just trying to find a player to pass it to. He's got Cale Jacobson. Now back to Buchtengel. Here's Bryce Williams. He's still trying to let go in this one. He's got 10 points. Driving into the lane. Cale Jacobson puts the shot up no good. Grabs his own miss. And Nebraska gets the offensive rebound. Juwan Gary for three. That one's good. And 1 for 1 to start the second half for deep for the Huskers. Juwan Gary gets Nebraska started.
Pretty much exactly the way the first half went. Georgetown turns it over. Nebraska hits a field goal.
Here's Drew McKenna now. Top of the key. Hands it off to Malik Mack. He's double teamed. Mack now driving inside, and he is going to be fouled on the drive. That one's going to go on Cale Jacobson. Nebraska's first foul of the half. Second foul on Cale Jacobson. Nebraska pretty well in that category here tonight as far as not committing them. Malik Mack driving inside, put the shot up in the paint. no good. Great contest there by Nebraska. America Buchengel will bring it down the court for the Huskers. Bryce Williams has it on the left wing, gets it poked away. Here comes Georgetown. And Bryce Williams gonna foul from behind to prevent the fast break bucket, as Caleb Williams was making a quick run to the rim. Substitution already. Austin Montgomery will check in for the Hoyas. Jordan Burks takes his seat. Aiden, you talked about that size advantage that Georgetown has here in this one. Malik Mack takes a shot from 3. That one no good. Still a rough night for him. 0 of 4 from beyond the arc in this one. And it looks like we're going to get a foul on the inbound. Juwan Gary got hit in the back. Hope everything's all right with him. He's shaking it off a little bit.
It's tough to get injured this time of year. You don't want that to happen.
Absolutely. Bryce Williams inbound to Sam Hoiberg, and full court press already from Georgetown, trying to ramp up this intensity. And Bryce Williams is having some trouble getting rid of the ball, and a 10-second violation gonna be called. Great defense there from Georgetown. Ed Cooley drew that one up perfectly.
Well, yeah, that's the best way to get this offense jogging, right? They shot 29% since then. Entering this half, they shot 29%. Now they're down to 27. The hope is you just get them the ball more here, Beetle. They've forced 9 turnovers in this game against Nebraska. So you'd like to try and see that number increase if you're Georgetown. Force some pressure, get the ball into your hands more, and just hope that the law of averages kind of catches up to you shooting-wise in the second half. You're only down by 13 here. Not that bad of a deficit to come back on here. We're going to get immediate timeout.
Looks like there was a bit of stoppage. Officials were talking to each other, and then the head official went over to talk to Ed Cooley. Now he's talking to the scorers table. So not sure what is transpiring exactly. And at the end of the day, now the referee's walking with the ball over to the Nebraska sideline. Not exactly sure what they could possibly be debating about. It looks like Nebraska's gonna get the ball, so maybe they didn't count the right amount of time for the front court violation. I'm not exactly sure, but Nebraska's got the ball. Bryce Williams gonna take a 3 and nothing but net. Bryce Williams taking advantage of what you get, I guess.
Yeah, the extra possession works for him, and all of a sudden here, Beetle, it's 40-24. A couple more shots in this run, it could be a blowout.
Nebraska's got their largest lead of the game at 16. 18-13 left to play in the second half. Georgetown trying to make something happen. Drew McKenna driving inside, puts a shot up, a couple bounces on the rim, and that one falls. Berkey Buchengel at the top of the key, closely guarded by Caleb Williams. Trying to move it around the perimeter. Dips it off to Sam Hoiberg, who's going to try to drive inside. Step backs now off to Bryce Williams on the left wing. Bryce Williams, shot from 3 is tipped, but they're going to say he got fouled. And that'll send Williams to the line to shoot 3. Just another crucial mistake here by Georgetown.
At the line for the Huskers, Bryce Williams shooting 3 shots.
Bryce Williams, 88% free throw shooter on the year. Pretty impressive. Of course, the first team All Big Ten mention. As Nebraska with a 15-point lead, now 16 once again. Georgetown substitutions. Jordan Burks and Curtis Williams Jr. check into the game. Chance now for Bryce Williams to extend this game to the largest lead of the game for Nebraska. And he will. It's a 17-point ball game, 42-26, with 17:24 left to go in this second half. Malik Mack's got the ball, top of the key, now dips it over to Jordan Burks. Burks will move it to Mulready. Mulready at the top of the key, working it one-on-one against Jacobson. Puts a shot up, no good. Couldn't hit that one, fading away. Jacobson grabs a rebound, and he's going to try to go fast offensively in transition. Dips it off to Bryce Williams, who gets tripped up, and he is going to call a timeout as he falls on the game at 17. We'll be back with more in Vegas right here on Blaze Radio.
Sports teams, because we all have that one friend who likes to be difficult and picks a team to root for like the Dodgers. I mean, come on, it's the Dodgers. Anyways, make sure to tune in every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Arizona time on BlazeRadioOnline.com to find out
Why them?
You Throw Like a Girl,
a show by girls for everyone.
Hosted by Madison Holder
and Ella Walter-Sanchez. We aim to shed light on women in sports and media, highlighting every aspect of the sports world from the female perspective and beyond.
Tune in for a variety of episodes featuring guests, Q&As, and just basic sports coverage.
Tune in Thursdays at 10 a.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com every week to hear our show.
Follow us on Instagram at youthrowlikeagirl.pod to find us on more platforms.
Back in Las Vegas, the Cornhuskers currently lead by 17, their best of the game, and they've been shooting lights out here tonight. That's really the story of this one, and Georgetown hasn't had an answer.
No, they haven't, and they're shooting the same percentage they were at the beginning of the half right now. It's a big problem, Beetle, for this team who came in shooting pretty well. They scored a lot of points in that win in round number 1, but they just haven't duplicated the offensive success in game number 2 here. 10 for 35 from the field, that's 29%. Nebraska, 1 or 2 baskets out of the timeout. They'll be shooting north of 50%. That's been the story tonight. That and the 15 turnovers between these two teams, though they're evenly split, essentially.
Nebraska with the ball, Hoiberg inbounds. Here's Bryce Williams from 3. That one no good. Rolls around the rim, and Nebraska fans not happy after the referee said that Birka Butengel poked the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, Williams has been the big scorer for them this season. 16 points tonight after being 3rd in the Big Ten in points per game entering this.
See what Georgetown can do now on offense. Michael Van Raphorst in the game for the Hoyas. Malik Mack tries to pass it inside to Curtis Williams, and it's stolen away by Cale Jacobson. Here's Bryce Williams, the ball now at the top of the key, passes it to Jacobson, now to Birka Butengel. And Butengel will hold it on the left side of the court, now to Bryce Williams on the left wing as he's working it one-on-one against Curtis Williams. Bryce Williams driving in and lays an impressive shot. Gets it to fall.
AB, there are 3 players on the floor named Williams, and 2 of them were just involved in that play.
It's very hard to decipher sometimes.
You can't just say Williams.
Malik Mack's got the ball, top of the key, moving around to the right wing. Working it steady, passes the wide open shot in the corner. Michael Van Raphorst, nothing but net. Yeah, Georgetown needed that one.
You know, flying Cale Jacobs in his face, didn't matter, made the shot.
Sam Hoiberg hands it off to Juwan Gary. Now Berk to Vicengel. Hands it off to Jacobson. Nebraska now just moving the ball around the perimeter. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bryce Williams driving inside, but the shot up no good. Rebounded by Gary, and Gary gets the putback.
How about the work for 6'2" Juwan Gary going up against guys up to 4 inches taller than him at this point, and he's winning that battle, AB.
Showing the fight as Bryce Williams commits a foul on Malik Mack. And we will head to the first media timeout here in the second half with 15:15 left to go in the second half. Nebraska a 47-29 lead over Georgetown. Back with more basketball in Las Vegas on Blaze Radio.
Welcome to 4 on 4, where we have 4 experts on the 4 major sports. Join Sammy New, Dylan Wickman, Justin DeHaas, and Sean Brennan on Blaze Radio as they break down an exciting semester of sports that includes the playoff push for NBA and AHL, the start of baseball season, all of March Madness, and so much more. At the end of the day, we're just 4 roommates that love to talk about sports. So join the conversation. Listen live on BlazeRadioOnline.com every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Arizona time. Or, if you missed us, check us out on Spotify, where you can hear all of our shows.
Hi, I'm Landon.
And I'm Bella.
And welcome to Albumsplain.
Every week we'll be dissecting and discussing one of our favorite albums.
From No Doubt to Claro, tune in to hear us chat about our favorite thing, music. Tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. on Blaze Radio Online.
Or listen on your favorite podcast streaming service.
See you soon.
See ya!
Sitting in traffic, bored of listening to the same artist on repeat? Tune in to Alternative Route instead. The music show on Blaze Radio that talks about a Latin artist or band every week that is making music in the indie and or alternative rock genres. Join DJ Mavette for the 2nd season of Alternative Route as she breaks down these artists' innovations and analyzes their songs in order to understand their craft better. Take the Alternative Route every Tuesday from 3 to 3:30 p.m. live on Blaze Radio and BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Hello, friends. Is golf your groove? Then boy, do we have a show for you. Join Peter Bishop, Ian Lonergan, and Owen Castle every Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com for your latest golf news.
It's time for the Beatdown on Blaze Radio from 2 to 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday afternoons. Seth Golefsky and Willem Marietta take a deep dive into the ever-changing landscape of the UFC. We are talking tactics, breaking down the biggest fights, and giving you the scoop on what's next in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Whether you are a diehard fan or new to the fight game, we've got something for you, only on the Beatdown on Blaze Radio.
Are you wondering what's going on in pop music today? Tune in to Blaze Radio every Friday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for our specialty show.
MGM Grand Garden Arena, the site for tonight's second quarterfinal game between Nebraska and Georgetown. The Huskers, a 47-29 lead over the Hoyas, and Nebraska shooting really well for their last 5.
Well, they've shot really well as a team tonight, Beto. First time that they've gotten to 50% from the field, 16 for 32. Georgetown has ticked up a bit in the field goal percentage, went from 29% to 31% media to media there, but still, it's just been a struggle to put the ball in the back of the net for a team that had no trouble scoring 2 nights ago It's been night and day for this Georgetown offense.
Just haven't seen that same fight that Georgetown had against Wazoo on Monday night.
Hey, all these guys playing 40 minutes. Malik Mack dropping 37. It's just been a different team here tonight. They haven't kept up the intensity.
Count the bucket and one out of the timeout for Georgetown. Caleb Williams gets it to fall.
They move the ball so quick, and they're going to need to do that. Still 15 minutes, so not impossible they narrow this deficit, but moving the ball quick going to be very big for them to get open shots, which is something they really need right now.
Gary's free throw, Williams' free throw is good. 15-11, 15-point ball game here. Casey Jacobson brings it up court for Nebraska. Van Rapphorst right behind him. Almost looked like a travel there. Bryce Williams now has it. Hoiberg on the left wing. Hands it off to Williams. Williams trying to drive inside. Takes a little shove, loses control of the ball, goes out of bounds, and the Hoyas will take over possession.
Yeah, clean ball there for Caleb Williams. Excellent defense. And you saw the Hoyas defensively also keeping up with that full court press. It's been on in some form or another for the majority of this game.
Three-pointer on the way. That one no good from Austin Montgomery. Bryce Williams with the rebound. Here come the Huskers. Jawan Gary's got it in the left wing. Now over to Jacobson. Top of the key, Barrington Buchtengel. Buchtengel's gonna take a three. That one no good. Rebounded by Van Rapphorst.
When you're shooting over 50% from the field, you could try a heat check like that.
Absolutely. Here comes Williams driving inside, loses it. Nebraska takes over. Sam Hoiberg's got it, driving in. Hoiberg puts up a shot, can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Caleb Williams. The Hoyas moving quickly on offense. Malik Mack from three. That one's good. Georgetown needed that one. And Ed Cooley takes a timeout as Nebraska now just a 12-point lead, 47-35, 13:56 left to go in this second half. Some signs of life from Georgetown now.
Above 30% from three for the first time tonight. They move the ball quickly and make shots. That's been the recipe for success so far. Offensively, the only success that they've had has come when they're moving the ball well and getting good looks without congestion. You're going to have to run a bit, which is going to be tough for these guys. It's the second half. You're not going to have the mojo that you did in the first 15, but if you want to come back in this game and you're only down 12 now, you're going to need to run a little bit to escape Nebraska's defense, which has caused problems for you shooting all night.
13:56 left to go in this second half. Georgetown down 12. We will keep it here.
That must not have been a media timeout.
Looks like the 32nd
those media
right
timeouts
there.
have been moving.
They have been some long media timeouts here today. Adam Beadle alongside Aiden Blank here on Blaze Radio. Glad to be with you here throughout the week. We finish up our day here at MGM Grand tomorrow, and then we'll move on to T-Mobile Arena on Saturday and Sunday. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, one ticket already punched. That would be the Boise State Broncos. Another team here is going, and then tomorrow UCF, Cincinnati, and USC all going for two spots on the other side of the bracket. Big note, if you win tonight, you do get money. The winners tonight get at least 50 grand out of this thing.
There you go.
Heading towards that jackpot of 300.
Huskers trying to boost some rhythm offensively. Here's Case Jacobson, who puts a shot up, count the bucket and one. Cale Jacobson finishing through contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot one more.
Boy, hasn't he been something. Only 4 points tonight, but he's got 6 boards and 2 assists. He's been really good off ball, Beetle. Also 2 blocks and steals, so on the defensive side as well. Hasn't had the scoring numbers, but he's impacted in other ways.
Free throw is good. Nebraska back to a 15-point lead, 13:35 to go in this second half. Malik Mack will bring it up court. He had a three-pointer on Georgetown's last offensive possession. Nice pass there. And Now Georgetown moving it around the perimeter. Caleb Williams has got it. Back to Mack, who's going to shoot it from 3. How about that? Malik Mack finally starting to find some rhythm here in the second half.
And you need him to. He's not going to get to 37 like he did 2 nights ago, but if he can start to pick up the scoring.
Count the bucket and 1 on the offensive putback for Andrew Morgan. And it doesn't get much tougher than that following through.
And that's such a tough break for the Hoyas, who are about to get a nice burst defensively and really take control off of this game momentum-wise. But that cleanup effort, outstanding, and a big opportunity to deafen those Georgetown fans on the bench there from Andrew Morgan here.
Andrew Morgan, 6 points, 2 of 2 from the field tonight. He's also 2 of 2 on his free throw attempts. The third free throw attempt is good. He's got 7, 53-38. Huskers lead 12-59 and counting here in this second half. Georgetown bringing it up. It's Mulready. He dips it off to Burks. Now another 3 from Mack, and he's going to be fouled on the shot. Send Mack to the line to shoot 3.
Now the Cornhuskers, number 0, his first.
Referee's not afraid to blow the whistle a little bit more in this second half.
I think that just comes with the territory, right? If you're going to pick up the intensity of this game and you're going to try to make a comeback, the referees are going to start to officiate a little more tightly, make sure nobody gets out of control.
First free throw from Mack is good. Mack, a 72% free throw shooter on the year. Looking to become the first Georgetown player tonight to score in double digits. And he's got 10 now. Still plenty of time, 12:48 left to go in this game for Georgetown to make a comeback, as Nebraska will make a change. Aaron Eulis checking into the game for Juwan Gary, give him a bit of a rest.
Big opportunity here. Got about 3 minutes before the next media timeout or so. You need to make this free throw and then keep that intensity up, and he does.
Nebraska also running with a bit of a small ball lineup right now. Andrew Morgan, who's 6'10", is the tallest player on the floor right now. Here's that full court press again from Georgetown, and Nebraska is able to cross the timeline. Aaron Eulis has it at the top of the key. Tips it off to Cale Jacobson, who's trying to work it inside. 8 seconds on the shot clock. And here's a Sejan who's going to put a shot up from 3. That one no good, in and out. Georgetown grabs the rebounds, coming down the court. Malik Mack thought about taking a step back 3, now driving inside. We'll pass it back to Caleb Williams. Williams doing a drive of his own now, puts a shot up, and it goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was tipped off Nebraska. So Georgetown will retain possession, 16 seconds on the shot clock.
You mentioned the small ball lineup. Every lineup with Nebraska is going to be small ball. 7 of the players on Georgetown's roster, only 16 on the roster, 7 of them are above 6'8". Their average height is 6'6".
Wow.
So no matter what you do, it's always going to be a smaller lineup. You're going to give up that size. Nebraska's actually done very well on the boards, given that they're out-rebounding Georgetown 28-23 tonight.
All ready to inbound for Georgetown. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Mack making a run to the rim. Passes to Burks, who takes the spot up 2-point J. That one no good. And Nebraska grabs the defensive rebound. Coming down the other end of the floor is Eulis. Eulis on the right wing, moving around the perimeter. Passes to Cale Jacobson, now inside to Morgan. Morgan working it on Williams and draws the foul on Caleb Williams, and that'll bring us to our under 12 timeout here. Nebraska a 53-41 lead over Georgetown with 11:45 left to go in the second half. We'll take a quick break, but keep it here. You're listening to the College Basketball Crown on Blaze Radio.
And Shay Maloney every Wednesday night from 8:30 to 9:30 for breakdowns of sports news across the world as a pot of gold awaits.
Tyler Bednar, wake up. What time is it? It's bedtime. Okay, then why are you waking me up? No, it's time for It's Bedtime. It's a specialty show on Blaze Radio. That sounds cool. When does it air and what do you talk about? The show takes place every Wednesday from 11 to 11:30 p.m. I recap the past week of sports with special guests. That sounds awesome, Tyler. I'm going to start tuning in on blazeradioonline.com.
Yes, sir. Nah, I'm hearing what you're saying, but like, what's your take though? Yeah, he's cool, but Heisman? That team don't got nobody on there who could shoot any type of threes. I'm supposed to believe they're a playoff team? You're not answering the question. The question is, who is the better football team right now? Hey, I like that take right there. There's no midfielder as naturally talented as him in the last 20 years. Tune in to Let's Talk Takes every week, hosted by me, Devin Henderson, where I bring in different guests each week and we debate the most pressing topics in a variety of sports. I'm talking NFL, NBA, college basketball, college football. We even gonna talk about some soccer. Tune in every week, Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. right here on blazeradioonline.com.
If you're a tennis fan and want to take a little break from your day, I'm serving up a show for you. This is your host, Pratham Valluri, bringing you Match Point, your weekly tennis content. I'll cover ongoing tournaments, go over the latest news, analyze players and matches, and replay the previous week's biggest moments. Be sure to tune in to Match Point every Wednesday from 3 to 3:30 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
All aboard the Northeast Corridor. I'm Preston Rabb.
And I'm AJ Gonzalez. Sit back and relax as we take you on a 30-minute adventure giving you all the updates from the Northeast.
From sports to politics to the biggest trends.
We got you.
Be sure to listen on blazeradioonline.com. What days are we on, AJ?
Every Tuesday.
That's right. So listen in.
We'll know if you don't listen.
Don't miss out on the hottest growing show on Blaze.
Tune in every Tuesday night only on Blaze Radio for the Northeast Corridor.
7 seconds to go. Three-pointer. Oh! Onions! Double order!
Want to stay wrapped up in the madness of March all year round? Tune into Onions on Blaze Radio from 7 to 8 p.m., hosted by Luke Lunder and Christian Jarmark, where we break down everything in college basketball, from the biggest players, the biggest games, and the biggest moments, to the small schools making the Cinderella runs that you won't want to miss. Tune in Monday, 7 to 8 on Blaze Radio.
Yo, flex on them.
Hey everyone, we're Liv and Maddie.
And this is our specialty show, Out of Tune, on Blaze Radio.
Tune in on Mondays at 3 p.m. to hear us talk about our favorite music.
We talk about our favorite band.
Back in Las Vegas, live on Blaze Radio, Nebraska, a 53-41 lead over the Georgetown Hoyas with 11:45 left to go in this second half, and Georgetown ever so slightly trying to mount a comeback. Cale Jacobson inbound for the Huskers. Andrew Morgan's got it on the left wing. Now back to Jacobson as he tries to work his way inside. Here's a three from Asijan, and that one's no good. Rebounded by Mulready. Georgetown looking to find some rhythm on offense, maybe go on a little run. Caleb Williams has it on the left wing. Here's a three-pointer from Mulready. That one's good. And Georgetown needed that one. Cuts it to a single-digit game with 11:12 left to go in this second half. Nebraska up 53-44. Cale Jacobson, a nice two-point J there. Malik Mack brings it up court for Georgetown, passes it inside to Burks. Now back to Mack, who's being double teamed. Back to Burke, who's gonna take a shot from three. That one rolls around the rim, no good. And a foul gonna be called on the rebounds on Andrew Morgan. That's the second foul on Morgan, non-shooting foul. Malik Mack will inbound for the Hoyas. Stolen by Bryce Williams, and he's gonna put it in. Correction, Aaron Eulis with the bucket that time. Was at the right place at the right time, took it away. Nebraska now a 13-point lead, 10-20 and counting. Right when Georgetown thought they were finding a rhythm, Nebraska answers. Malik Mack trying to move inside. Now back out to Mulready. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Mack's got the ball. He's going to pull up from 3. Money for Mack. Ten-point game, 57-47, under 10 to go. Asijian from 3. That one no good off the back of the rim. And a nice save by Mack, but it's grabbed by Bryce Williams. And the Huskers will get the ball back on offense. Asijian has the top of the key. Hand off to Cale Jacobson, who's going to make a drive inside. Back out to Ulis. Now 3 from Williams. That one no good. Rebounded by Morgan, and Morgan is fouled on the way up. Caleb Williams cannot believe that he just got called for a foul on that. That's the 5th foul on Williams.
Yeah, it is. I was going to say, it is the 5th on Williams. Not even their leading scorer, but their second leading scorer, at least tied for it. That is brutal to send him off the floor. Right, Beetle, as you get down to a 10-point game. It was the worst time for a foul. You had a great defensive stand, a number of closeouts, forced Nebraska to throw the ball all over the floor. You had a chance to get it back and get it down to single digits. Instead, they're going to shoot to try and get it back up to 12.
Caleb Williams' night is done. Andrew Morgan misses the first free throw for the Huskers. Juwan Gary checks back in the game for Connor Asijian. And a timeout going to be called by Georgetown to regroup and figure out what's next. As Georgetown still looking to mount a comeback. Down 10, 57-47. 9:33 left to go. We're going to keep it here. 30-second timeout by the Hoyas. And Nebraska really a true chance to now run away with this thing. Caleb Williams going out, Malik Mack, 14 points. He's finally found a way to get going. But how can Nebraska keep this defensive pressure and stop the Hoyas from mounting a comeback?
Well, this is going to be the make or break possession. Look at that number in the field goal range. We've talked about it all night. It was as low as 29. Georgetown now has it up to 36. They've shot incredibly well in this last stretch. It's a 10-point game. Either they're making a run and get it down to 4 or 5 by the next media timeout, or Nebraska's making a run and get it back to 14-15 and potentially try to put it away coming out of the next media timeout. This next stretch should be a pretty big indicator in what direction this game's going.
A minute and 33 seconds until the next scheduled media timeout, or when it's supposed to be under 8. Andrew Morgan will shoot his second free throw, missed the first. Looking to convert on the back end. Nebraska a 10-point lead, 57-47, 9:33 left. Second free throw from Morgan is good. An 11-point lead for the Huskers. Mulready bringing it up court for Georgetown. Driving inside, count the bucket and one, Drew McKenna. First time we've really talked about Drew McKenna here tonight. Getting a quick bucket. Aggressive finish by McKenna at the rim. McKenna's got 5 points, now 6 here tonight. As it's back to a single-digit lead for the Huskers, 58-50. 9:20 left to go in this second half. Full court press once again from Georgetown. It's worked a couple times here tonight, but Nebraska gets past the timeline. Bryce Williams had got it on the left wing. Now over the right wing, it's Aaron Ulis. Back to Williams on the left. Now inside. Here's a shot from 3. It's Juwan Gary who nails it in. That's a big three-pointer there for the Huskers. Herbie's loving it. And these Nebraska fans who have traveled very well out here to Vegas are loving it as well.
Yeah, they have the crowd here. Should be a nice big plus in these final moments.
Malik Mack's got the ball top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock, working one-on-one against Juwan Gary. Turns around, step back jumper is good. Nice shot there from Mack, gets it to fall. Nebraska trying to come quick in transition. Andrew Morgan under the rim, an easy shot for him. 63-52 now. Nebraska leads by 11.
Gotta play
8:20 and counting.
Gotta play better defense than that. Cannot allow quick, easy baskets when you're down by 11 with 8 minutes left.
Georgetown a little bit slow to get back defensively on that possession. Mulready's got the ball at the top of the key, dips it off to Mack, and Mack is going to be fouled by Aaron Eulis as he was trying to drive in.
Huskers, Aaron Eulis, his second personal. 18 foul.
It's the second foul on Eulis tonight, which also puts Georgetown in the bonus, so Malik Mack will go to the line in the 1-and-1. 16 points on the night for Mack. He had 37 against Wazoo on Monday. He gets the front end of the 1-and-1 to fall. Second shot from Mack is up and good. A 9-point lead for Nebraska. 8:06 left to go. Full court press from the Hoyas. Cale Jacobson rushing up court, almost has it poked away. He's able to recover it. And now Nebraska taking their time to set a play offensively. Aaron Eulis has it on the left wing, closely guarded by Malik Mack. Moving around the perimeter. Eulis, spot up from the free throw line. That one is good. Making that one look easy.
Georgetown's made their last 3 field goals. This is going to be who's hotter at the end here, Beetle. Both teams have made their last 3 shots.
And a rough night shooting for Georgetown. Finally finding a way to get things going here. Spot up 3. That one a no good. Missed by McKenna. And a foul called on the rebound.
Yeah, normally you'd say that's good as a heat check, but you can't do heat checks with 7 minutes left down by 11. You needed a better look than that. Even though he was wide open, it was too far out. You need to crash the boards a little bit better, get the ball inside, use some height for once. We've not seen that once in this game. Feels like every time they go down, Georgetown does not have a guy, a true center, getting into the paint and just establishing himself there. It's strange to see that, given that all these guys on the floor is 6'9", 6'10". Use that height. Cause some fouls. Nebraska's put you in the double bonus here. Go take some shots. I know it hasn't gone too well at the line, but you're now 9 of 14. You've started to shoot better there. Get yourself to the line.
7:17 left in the second half. Nebraska leads by 11. Is Georgetown mounting a comeback? We'll find out when we return on Blaze Radio.
Welcome to 4 on 4, where we have 4 experts on the 4 major sports. Join Sammy New, Dylan Wickman, Justin DeHaas, and Sean Brennan on Blaze Radio as they break down an exciting semester of sports that includes the playoff push for NBA and AHL, the start of baseball season, all of March Madness, and so much more. At the end of the day, we're just 4 roommates that love to talk about sports. So join the conversation. Listen live on BlazeRadioOnline.com every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Arizona time. Or, if you missed us, check us out on Spotify, where you can hear all of our shows.
Hi, I'm Landon.
And I'm Bella.
And welcome to Albumsplain.
Every week we'll be dissecting and discussing one of our favorite albums.
From No Doubt to Claro, tune in to hear us chat about our favorite thing, music. Tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. on Blaze Radio Online.
Or listen on your favorite podcast streaming service.
See you soon.
See ya!
Sitting in traffic, bored of listening to the same artist on repeat? Tune in to Alternative Route instead. The music show on Blaze Radio that talks about a Latin artist or band every week that is making music in the indie and or alternative rock genres. Join DJ Mavette for the 2nd season of Alternative Route as she breaks down these artists' innovations and analyzes their songs in order to understand their craft better. Take the Alternative Route every Tuesday from 3 to 3:30 p.m. live on Blaze Radio and BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Is golf your groove? Then boy do we have a show for you. Join Peter Bishop, Ian Lonergan, and Owen Castle every Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com for your latest golf news.
It's time for the Beatdown on Blaze Radio from 2 to 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday afternoons. Seth Golefsky and
Back in Vegas at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, Nebraska a 65-54 lead over the Georgetown Hoyas. 7:17 left to go in the second half. Both teams finally starting to find a rhythm on offense. We'll see if they can sustain it through the end of the second half as Georgetown will inbound, and Burke's gonna go straight to the rim. A little floater, no good. Knocked out of bounds, and possession will go to the Huskers. Full court press once again from Georgetown. Cale Jacobson inbounds. Aaron Eulis will successfully get past the timeline. As it's picked away by Jordan Burks. And here comes Burke offensively, gets it poked away by Eulis. A little bit of a taste of his own medicine there.
You don't want to revert to that. That's what cost you a lot of easy points. Sloppy basketball in the first half. Keep it slow in transition. This is where you want to be more methodical.
Eulis moving around the perimeter, passes it to Bryce Williams. Williams one-on-one against Burks, trying to drive inside, is going to put a shot up, and nice job maneuvering around Burks there in the paint. Gets the shot up and goes in.
Perfect pivot move from Bryce Williams. A step away from traveling, found a way to the basket. That's the kind of play you want to see your guy making in crunch time.
Malik Mack, leading scorer here tonight for Georgetown, top of the key. Now off to McKenna, who's gonna drive inside. It looks like an up-down violation there. And the referees did not catch that one.
Didn't matter, he missed the shot.
Yep. Nebraska up by 13, under 6 left to go. Cale Jacobson driving inside. Floater is no good. And it just falls out of the hoop. McKenna grabs it. He brings it down offensively for Georgetown. Curtis Williams Jr., a shot from 3, nothing but net. A 10-point ball game, 67-57 Nebraska leads, 5:30 left to go.
Got to find a way to get it to single digits now. You've gotten it to 10, now you're knocking on the door. Got to get a big stop and get it down inside 10.
Here's a run by Juwan Gary, count the bucket and one. And Gary's counting that on his fingers as he'll head to the line to shoot one more.
The opposite of what you wanted there. Couldn't even get the stop. Your offense has woken up, but too late because the defense has gone to sleep.
Nebraska 5 of its last 6. Shooting 50% from the field, 25 of 50 here tonight. 12 of 13 from the line. Gary makes that 13 of 14, a 70-57 Nebraska lead. 5:21 and counting to go. Malik Mack making a drive on the baseline. Passes it back out. Here's a 3 from Jordan Burks. That one is good. Georgetown hitting their shots. Now they just got to come back and play some defense.
You're shooting. The problem is Nebraska's made 5 of their last 6. Got to put a stop to that right now. 5 minutes left.
10-point lead for the Cornhuskers. Sam Hoiberg has it now top of the key. Cale Jacobson, now 3-pointer on the way. That one's good. And it's the one and only Bryce Williams. He's got 20 now tonight.
Well, there's nothing you can do about that. If they're going to shoot, they're going to shoot.
Malik Mack driving inside, loses control. They're going to say he got fouled as he drove in.
Said it earlier, use this to your advantage. If they're going to foul you, take it. There's 9 fouls for them. 1 more, and you're shooting 2 guaranteed every single time. Get them to make sloppy plays defensively. See if the defense breaking down will help you.
Malik Mack the line to shoot 2, but here's another thing you talked about earlier. Maybe this is the time now for Georgetown. Start using that size of the advantage. Get some big bodies in the paint. start fighting at the rim, see if you can draw the foul as Mack drops his first free throw.
Nebraska now 93% from the free throw line, shooting 13 of 14. Georgetown's straightened it out a bit, 10 of 15, haven't missed one in a while.
Georgetown started out rough from the charity strike to start the game, but it recovered. They're 11 of 16 now on the night. Full court press once again from Georgetown. And Nebraska will get it past the timeline. Juwan Gary's got it. Hand off to Bryce Williams, who's at the right wing, moving his way around the perimeter. Williams spot up from three. Of course it's good. Bryce Williams, 26 points here, and is headed towards 30. Georgetown pass poked out of bounds by Nebraska. Hoyas will retain possession. Curtis Williams Jr. to inbounds. He's got Malik Mack, who's gonna drive inside. A reverse lay-in is good. Some fancy moves there by Mack. And Georgetown will retreat to play defense instead of bringing that full court press like they have the last couple of possessions.
That's a veteran move by the sophomore, knowing you can't afford to be denied at the rim there, switching hands at the last minute to get your team two.
Cale Jacobson moving the ball. Sam Hoiberg from three. That one no good. Rebounded by Mulready. And a chance now here for Georgetown. Down 12 to cut the lead to single digits. How about Mack to do it? Money! Malik Mack from three cuts the Nebraska lead to 9. And the Hoyas are cooking in Las Vegas. Sam Hoiberg from three. No good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Gary, who puts the shot back up. No good. Rebounded by Williams Jr. And Georgetown trying to move quickly in transition. He had an open Burks in the corner, didn't see him. And now they'll reset offensively. You can see Ed Cooley is getting more and more into this game. How about a three from Jordan Burks? No good. Off the back of the rim, and a rebounding foul going to be called on Curtis Williams Jr., which will bring us to the under 3 timeout. 2:57 to go. 76-67 lead for the Huskers. This one might go down the wire. We'll find out next when we come back to Las Vegas here on Blaze Radio.
Stop spinning.
So we've got you covered here at the Fantasy Football Forecast on Blaze Radio.
I'm Jacob Brooks, that's Isaac Robertson, and the two of us will have you covered with all of our fantasy analysis from free agency, the draft, and more.
We'll have a ton of different rankings and fantasy takeaways to break down for you, so you aren't going to miss out.
So be sure to tune in to the Fantasy Football Forecast Wednesday nights from 9:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Arizona time on Blaze Radio.
Have you heard the news? Flopstar is back for a 4th season. If you are interested in movie and TV reviews, music reviews, sports talk, or other associated fun things and complaints, consider listening to Flopstar here on Blaze Radio on blazeradioonline.com every Monday from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m.
Tune in to Friday Night Lights Camera Action to see the good, the bad, and the ugly of Hollywood's most iconic
There's no crying in baseball!
and most infamous sports movies.
Ain't no rules said the dog can't play basketball.
So what are you waiting for?
Yo, Adrian!
Peace out.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Find out if your favorite sports movie is a hit or a flop.
Remember when Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl?
Listen live on Fridays at 8 p.m. Arizona time on blazeradioonline.com.
Now go out there and take it. This is what I wanted. It's what I've been waiting for these cars to come off of this corner. And guys, it's showtime. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Ooh, let's go racing today, boys.
Are you a racing fan or want to learn more about the sport? Join Cooper Burns and Eric List every Tuesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Blaze Radio as they discuss everything from NASCAR to dirt racing and more on Fuel for Thought.
Hi,
I'm Casey McNulty.
And I'm Brooklyn Cohen.
And welcome to The Hot Seat, where each week we answer your burning sports questions. Want to hear us settle sports debates and talk about our biggest takes in the sports world? Well, we've got you covered.
As two former athletes and current sports journalists, we offer the perspective of what it's like to be on the field or court
or pool.
So tune in every week at 10 a.m. on blazeradioonline.com.
See you in the hot seat.
Do you ever wonder what the backstory is behind some of your...
Back in Las Vegas for the final 3 minutes of action here tonight in the first night of the quarterfinals. We are set for a good finish here this evening between the Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Georgetown Hoyas. Nebraska 76-67 lead, and we're seeing this Georgetown team slowly picking up some momentum and starting to take advantage of it for really the first time in this game.
Well, you closed within 10. What do we say by the next media timeout? You got to close in by 10. Now comes the final push. It's down to 9. You had all the momentum going onto the bench. That media time couldn't have come at a worse time for Georgetown. Now the question, can you get that back for the final 3?
Juwan Gary nails the first of 2 free throws. Something to note, too, we haven't seen Bertke Buchengel in a while for Nebraska, and he's their tallest player on the floor. Juwan Gary misses his second free throw, so it's a 10-point game. 2:55 left to go in this one. Mulready brings it up the floor for Georgetown. Gets a screen from Jordan Burks. Now passes to Malik Mack, who lobs it up, and oh my goodness! Austin Montgomery with an emphatic slam. Throw it down one time, young man.
Fancy.
Cale Jacobson brings it up court for Nebraska. Hands it off to Juwan Gary. Now back to Jacobson. Top of the key, it's Andrew Morgan. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hoiberg's got it. Now to Jacobson. 3 on the way from Gary. That one didn't even hit the rim. Rebounded by Morgan, who grabs his own miss and is able to put it back up and in.
Too many second chance opportunities for Nebraska tonight. It's not just that, it's happened all evening. Georgetown's got to pick up the pace here.
Curtis Williams Jr. hands it off to Malik Mack. Under 2 minutes left to go in this one. Mulready's got it. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Austin Montgomery. Burks is going to have to take a shot. 2 seconds. Montgomery for 3. That one no good. And a shot clock violation for the Hoyas. 1:34 left to go. Nebraska leads by 10.
You had to have a plan there, AB, going down to start that possession, and it's clear there wasn't one. Running out the shot clock can never be the plan. Even if you made that shot, it still was too much time.
Here's the full court press defense from Georgetown. Gets it past the timeline. Sam Hoiberg gonna take his time now and let as much of this clock wind down as possible. Smart decision here by Georgetown not to foul. You're only down by 10. Just gotta prevent a bucket here.
Yeah,
7 seconds on the shot clock. Cale Jacobson rolling in, loses the ball out of bounds. They're gonna say it was poked away by the Hoyas. So the Huskers will retain possession with 5 seconds on the shot clock. 1:09 left to go in this one. Hoiberg to inbounds. And a foul gonna be called on Curtis Williams Jr. Looks like he poked Cale Jacobson from behind. Fouled Bryce Williams, actually. Wow. That's just a foul you can't commit in a game like this, in a situation like this. It's just so costly. Bryce Williams makes the front end of a 1-and-1. It's an 11-point lead for the Huskers, 80-69. Second free throw from Williams is good. A 12-point lead. Georgetown is going to have to score quickly. Mulready bringing it up court. He's taking his time, trying to set a play. 1 minute left in the game. Malik Mack has it on the left wing, closely guarded by Hoiberg, now double teamed. Mack backing up towards the timeline, dips it off to Burks. Burks is gonna take a shot from 3. That one no good, rebounded by Andrew Morgan. And Georgetown isn't gonna foul with 41 seconds winding down on the game clock. It looks like this one is gonna belong to the Cornhuskers. You can hear the Go Big Red chants from this Nebraska crowd that has traveled really well here to Las Vegas. As Jawan Gary's gonna drive in, puts a shot up, no good. Rebounded by Curtis Williams Jr. And he will take a shot from 3. That one off the back of the rim, rebounded by Gary. And that'll do it here in Las Vegas. And our first semifinal is set. The Boise State Broncos will take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers on Saturday night at T-Mobile Arena.
Great performance from Georgetown in the second half, Beats. It was just too little, too late, and Nebraska did step it up when the game was on the line. When that lead got cut inside 10, they did start making shots, and at that point, it was just too little. It was just too much, too late for Georgetown. They needed to have a complete game like that, and at the end of the day, that poor first half performance, just too much for them to overcome. However, this should be the sentiment in the press conference from Ed Cooley. What an unbelievable improvement for this team that had been in single-digit Big East wins the last bunch of years. They were able to win 8 Big East games. They finished with 18 wins on the season, just shy of a 20-win year. Second year under Ed Cooley. There's lots more to come. There's a lot of talented players on this roster. For them to gain 8 wins in the Big 12, that's 6 wins more than they had in his first year. They get nearly 10 more wins than he had in his first year overall. And then they come into a postseason tournament after getting upset at the Big East tournament and were able to win a game and contend in the second against some Power 5 opponents. This was a really good learning experience for them. I fully expect this team to be firmly in the tournament next year if he can retain talent and maybe add another name or 2 from the portal. He's turned this program around, and even with the loss tonight, they should be proud of what they did for this season, starting to bring back the name of Georgetown basketball. And for Nebraska, we'll see him in the semis.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a team that you'd like to see him shoot again. They were shooting nearly 50%, over 50% at multiple points. Boise, let Butler back into the game at points. I doubt you're going to be able to do that with Nebraska because they'll shoot the lights out of the building.
Yep.
So very excited to see that first semi, almost a toss-up as to who can get into the championship.
It's going to be a very exciting game Saturday night in T-Mobile Arena. And I got to talk about the one player in particular that was the star of the show for the Huskers once again here tonight, Bryce Williams. 28 points, 8 of 14 from the field. Perfect 7 of 7 free throws. And I think for Nebraska, it's you going into that Boise State game, the one thing you do is limit the turnovers. 10 turnovers here tonight, but Boise State, we saw their intensity that they have on defense in the last game, so it'll be exciting to see. We've got more college basketball crown action coming your way tomorrow. Cincinnati taking on UCF at 4 p.m. and Villanova and USC, the nightcap at 6:30. Should be a lot of fun. Glad to be with you here this evening. Again, our final score, Nebraska 81, Georgetown 69. The Huskers will take on the Boise State Broncos Saturday night in T-Mobile Arena. From Aiden Blank, I'm Adam Beadle, and we will see you tomorrow.